To Deal Tracker now, and the key highlights coming in for the month of July from the Deal Street is that there is a very steep decline of about 85% on a year-on-year basis for the month of July when it comes to the deal value. When it comes to the volumes, there is a decline, but still there were larger volumes of small ticket size deals, especially contributed by the startup as well as the IT space. And the larger share of the $2 billion worth of deal that is seen in the month have come in from the private equity contribution. Let's welcome on the show Prashant Mehra, who's the partner at Thornton, Bharat, to discuss more on the Deal Street views and the trajectory going forward. Prashant, always a pleasure to welcome you on CNBC TV18. And we quite a bit predicted that in our previous segments of Deal Tracker in terms of the slowdown on the Deal Street. Can you highlight what are the big reasons for companies really not taking any action when it comes to transactions?
Yeah, thank you, Shah, for having me. I mean, as you rightly mentioned, July 22 has been tepid as far as deal volumes and values are concerned, especially if you compare it to July 21. The reasons for that is some values haven't been disclosed, a few high-ticket ones in the July of previous year, and of course, some subdued activity as well. But if you look at the overall YTD trend, it is still positive. Private equity has remained at the same level in terms of values and volumes. M&A, there is still a steep increase of about almost 1.6 times. The reasons I would say, especially for the private equity, would be that it's a wait and watch. We were expecting a Fed rate increase in July, beginning August. That happened. July for August also, with the RBI increase happened. I think everybody is adopting a very wait and watch and things to unravel before they take final decisions on closing deals. I would say that the next couple of months will probably be the same, but yes, towards the end of the calendar year, which is December, things will pick up because that's a closing for most part of the world, both from a domestic transactions as well as an international transaction perspective.
That's right. Some of the pending transactions may end before the mid-December holiday season in the West, Prashant. But at the moment, we are halfway through in the month of August. Is it still looking tepid? Where is the traction really coming in from? And what is the trend currently seen?
I think the last month also showed, two positive signs. One, we saw a transaction in the ed tech space, something that we had been waiting for quite some time, and we expecting that to happen. So that happened. We've seen some positive movement on the infrastructure side as well. Currently, there is a lot of traction in the tech sector, definitely, but also in the infrastructure sector. With the 15 days having passed in August, I would say the activity is still tepid. It would probably continue that. We won't see anything very significantly come in, but the evaluations would continue, specifically in the tech stroke infrastructure sector, and maybe some bits in banking, finance, fintech as well.
That's right. And in fact, ShipRocket just became a unicorn. Some good news coming in from the startup space currently. But how is the VC viewpoint and the foreign money, which was really giving that huge amount of thrust to the startup space? Is that really the trend that will happen or will see a resurgence? Or do you think consolidation in the tech startup space is going to be the theme?
I think a bit of both. As far as foreign money coming in, I think we've already seen that happen in the last fortnight or so, with the stock market now touching 60,000. So foreign FIIs have already started coming way back in. Yes, they're buying cheap and will sell at a high, and I think that's an indication that foreign money in terms of transaction will also start flowing in. As far as consolidation is concerned, which will drive M&A, that is flavor of the season and will continue for a while, and specifically in the tech industry. With the startups becoming unicorn, they would want to look at consolidations with small startups which are not going anywhere. They're being looked at from a forward or a parallel integration by corporates. Because, I mean, let's face it, corporate balance sheets are still heavy. Besides everything, there is a lot of traction in the market happening. So both foreign money coming in and consolidation in the tech industry would continue. Closures may take a couple of months, but traction will definitely continue.
Right, and while we were talking, Prashant, we were also showing one of the Maruti Suzuki's new launch Alto K10. That was really fascinating pictures from there. But my final question to you at the moment, of course, in this particular month, especially also given the thrust by Zomato, some of the private equity investors exiting like Blackstone in one of the auto components companies and some of the others that we have seen, is the window of opportunity in a little more euphoric public market that is being utilized by the private equity firms at the current moment. So probably the market transactions will increase the volume as well as value in the deal street. What else is there that you see picking up? And you spoke about consolidation. Any particular sectors in tech as well as digital which are showing more traction on that particular front?
I think edutech is something that we need to all watch out for. There will be more activity there. I think the other bit is anything around fintech. I don't know whether we want to put it in the financial services sector or we want to put it in the tech sector. It's technology definitely is an enabler, so maybe a bit of both. So in the fintech sector, we will see. I mean, just before this, we were hearing some edits by RBI on their policies. I think that will drive a lot of transactions in the fintech sector.
Right. Thanks so much, Prashant, for giving your views on the deal street and a massive decline and a little bit of a slowdown that we have really experienced in the past month gone by. And that particular trend is likely to continue for a couple of more months, is the biggest takeaway that is coming in from Grand Thornton, Bharat. With that, it's a short break on the show, but don't go anywhere. We'll focus on the commodity segment coming up on the other side of the break. Manisha Gupta will be joining us on the other side with